What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the all-powerful, best in slot for a lot of builds, Tevent Archeboss weapons. Now, some of you guys might know that these weapons are insanely expensive. A lot of you guys might be wondering whether or not they're worth getting or just how good they are. Fortunately for you guys, I have 3 out of the 4 weapons. I have a maxed out Tevent Dagger, a maxed out Tevent Bow, and a maxed out Tevent Greatsword. And I'm going to be showcasing these weapons in this video and breaking it down for you a little bit. But before we do, quick word from today's sponsor. The classic hit Wartune is returning, but reimagined in mobile form. Wartune Ultra, a game that has a 12-year history beginning as a web game, is now being recreated by the original team as a 100% faithful recreation of the original. Wartune Ultra is a medieval fantasy traditional turn-based RPG strategy game that centers around you, the protagonist, who's on a journey to conquer demons and save the world. Level up, gear yourself out, and experience PvE content including story dungeons and world bosses. Then test your skills in PvP via the arenas or even by occupying mines and cities. Join a guild, make friends, and interact with the online world along with tons of real people. And if you need a break, you don't have to worry about burnout. Wartune Ultra has built-in autoplay features allowing you to auto-path and auto-fight your battles. Don't forget to share your gameplay strategies or your unique gaming stories about Wartune Ultra on YouTube or Facebook. At 3 Gaming Friends, at Wartune Ultra, and add the Wartune Ultra related hashtags to participate. Event rewards include a travel trip to China for first. Second place will give you a Netflix card worth up to 50 euros, and third place prize, a rare game gift pack. Wartune Ultra's open beta is officially opening its doors in Europe, but can be played outside of that region. If you wish to experience the classic nostalgia and relive the glory days, be sure to scan the QR code you see on the screen or click on the link in the description below. All right, guys, so we're going to get right into this. And the first weapon we're going to be starting with is the Tevent Screaming Bow. Now, out of all the other weapons, maybe outside of the dagger, this weapon right here is hands down just best in slot. There's no bow that even comes close to this. Even in the current tier 2, this weapon is top tier. It has a base range of 19.2 meters. And as you can see, it gives you dex and perception and 16% increased range at max. Now, keep in mind, these stat values are going to be a little bit lower because of global, but I'm predicting that they will get buffed because they did get buffed to this point when we entered tier 2 to keep them more relevant. These numbers are definitely going to be a little bit different, but this absolutely still has the longest range in the game for global. And like I said, even in tier 2 right now, there's only one bow, which is the tier 2 Archeboss weapon bow, the Delos Noah bow that has more range than this. Now, if you read the tooltip, it says shoots a bonus projectile whenever using strafing. Strafing is this ability right here. Now, the thing about this tooltip is a lot of people interpret this as, well, strafing deals 4 arrows. It fires 4 arrows. That means with a Tevent bow, it must shoot 5 projectiles instead of 4, and that is not how it works. In fact, it's way better. So I'm gonna equip a tier 2 bow here for you guys. As you can see, I have a maxed out tier 2 bow. This is the best in slot tier 2 bow when the tier 2 comes out outside of Tevent. I'm going to use this lightning infusion here to track the amount of hits that I'm able to apply to this practice dummy. So when I use a single cast of strafe, as you can see, it hits 4 times, and then 4 times. And then when you cast the final, you get an extra stack. So it's just essentially exactly what the tooltip says. 4 arrows, 3 times. That's 4 times 3. That's 12 projectiles plus 1 that gets landed. Okay, so I'll just show you guys again. I've got the buff up. We can track it. 3 casts, pretty straightforward, 12 into 13. Now, what the Tevent bow does is it actually shoots an additional projectile for every projectile. So instead of 4 arrows going out from a single cast of strafing, you get 8. 8, and then 8. This is going to cap at 20 because I can't go more than 20 stacks. So this would be this would have been essentially 25. It's not obviously exactly twice the damage because the multiplier is different. This one deals 54% of base damage versus the actual skill itself dealing 130% of base damage, but it is significant. It is a huge increase in damage between the two, and you get the range. Tevent's Screaming Bow is a no-brainer. This thing is just insanely powerful. Okay, so now let's talk about the Greatsword, one of my favorites. Tevent Greatsword. This weapon right here kind of transforms the Greatsword and turns it more into an AoE spec. Okay, and it also allows you to just deal more damage AoE in your combo, right? So as you can see, it says upon applying collision, shock, or stun with Greatsword skills, creates an area of 1.5 meter radius around the target that explodes in 1.5 seconds, dealing 325% base damage. That damage, just so you know, is consistent with the amount of damage you're dealing on Ascending Slash. Now, Ascending Slash in itself, as you guys know, for those of you who play Greatsword, it isn't like an incredible amount of damage. But if it crits and heavies, which the Tevent proc can do, it can deal a decent chunk of damage, and it can deal a significant amount of damage if targets are stacked on top of each other. So this is pretty much what it looks like. Okay, I'm going to just apply a stun to this target here. And as you can see, a purple thing comes up and it deals 3,087 damage. That was a crit, which means that could have dealt maybe 6k damage on 6 to 7k damage on a heavy hit. I'll go ahead and do it again, but this time I'm gonna do it with a devastating smash, which is an AoE stun. As you can see here, boom. All right, so if all 3 of those are stacked on top of each other, let's say you get like a sick rake or a sick pull, then you can really deal a significant amount of damage. Now, obviously, these circles are relatively small, but they also work pretty well even on single targets because they are applied on every stun or collision from your Greatsword. So realistically, in a combo, you are going to, let's just say, for example, you open with a stun, that's 1. And if I combo that with another Ascending Slash, this is a practice dummy, and the practice dummy cannot be grounded, right? But that would spawn another. So now I have 2 pools that are underneath each other just from these 2 abilities. If I add another devastating smash, then I can get 3 of those pools. So that's like getting 3 extra Ascending Slash skills off. Of course, I'm just talking about the damage multiplier here within your combo. So it can be extremely powerful. The other thing is your Q block. When you are able to perfect parry a Q block, you actually stun the other target that tries to hit you, and that also procs a Tevent. So just to give you an idea what 2 of these can look like stacked on top of each other, I'll go into that right there. So you're gonna see boom, boom, 6k, 6k. So 3k, 3k, that's 6k. If both of those heavy hit, which they can, that could have been 12k just from the Tevent AoE. So this is an incredibly powerful weapon, in my opinion. Not only do you get both strength and dexterity, the stun chance is pretty nice. The base damage is obviously pretty good, but the effect that you're actually getting from this Greatsword is just, it's really, really good. So that allows you to kind of get into these fights and just combo and just deal a lot of AoE damage. For example, if I'm in here in stealth, I can go devastating smash into that, into guillotine, into this, and then into that. Like obviously you can, that's a pretty scuffed combo, but I'm just trying to show you different ways to proc the actual skill. If you're looking for a combo, usually what I'll do is I'll come out of stealth using devastating, and then I'll use Gaia Crash, and then I will use the stunning blow into guillotine and into this, into the Ascending Slash. And I'll show you here. So I'll have my Da Vinci up, boom, boom, boom. And all of that is going to just proc a lot of AoE. Now, obviously, you can get even more AoE, but the Tevent Greatsword itself can just deal an incredible amount of damage to a clump of people, and even to single target. Just absolutely good. This is still best in slot, even at the end game of Tier 2, along with the new Tier 2 Greatsword, which I'm not going to really talk about because it's not going to come until probably 2097 by the time Ashes of Creation probably gets released. It's probably like, well, actually, I take that back. To be fair, we are moving along pretty quick, so maybe we'll get it sooner than later. We're probably going to get it next year. That was a joke. Sorry. Please don't hate me. For those of you who are looking forward to Ashes of Creation, I enjoyed the game. I'm looking forward to playing it. Anyways, we're moving on, and next we're going to be talking about the daggers. Now, the daggers are going to be really easy for me to showcase because these daggers, it's pretty much what it says. Resets camouflage cloak on cooldown on enemies, kills with it on enemy kills within 5 seconds of its expiration. Camouflage cloak deals 205% base damage to all enemies with a 70% chance to apply collision push. Now, to kind of explain what this last part does, it essentially allows me to push targets when I go into stealth. So if this target is in stealth right here, boom, it will knock him back and deal a little bit of damage. The damage is not significant. Now, if I can kill a target within 5 seconds of getting out of stealth, it resets my camouflage cooldown. A lot of people seem to think that every time you kill someone, you just get the reset on the camouflage cloak. You do not. You only get the reset when you can kill a target within 5 seconds of coming out of stealth. I'm out of stealth. I have 5 seconds to kill this thing, and then it resets. I'm out of stealth here. This is outside of the 5-second window. I kill this thing. It does not reset my stealth. So it is incredibly important when you are playing Greatsword Dagger or really any Tevent Dagger build. It's incredibly important that you have enough damage to be able to kill your target within 5 seconds of coming out of stealth. Otherwise, this passive isn't going to do much for you. So that's pretty straightforward. I really don't think there's much for me to share. I know the bow section was super long, and then the dagger section was like super short. But yeah, these daggers are incredibly powerful, even at the end game of tier 2. If you are playing DPS classes, the time to kill is even faster at the end game of tier 2. So these daggers are incredibly powerful. I can kill people within a very quick shadow strike into ascending into guillotine blade. That's usually enough for me to execute squishier targets, and that just immediately gives me the camouflage cloak. This also puts a big emphasis on your attack speed, because if you stack enough attack speed, as you can see from my attack speed here, I have 49% base. That's an extra 15% when I use my Da Vinci's Courage. I can go into a full combo and still reset it. I could go like this. I do here. Boom. Then I can actually get back into my stealth, and that will 100% be enough to kill any target that I can actually land those hits on. So that's pretty much it, guys. I know I didn't actually talk about the wand here. I'll pull up some gameplay footage to show you how strong the Tevent wand is. But as you can see here from this tooltip, this right here, applying curse has a 15% chance to apply weaken curse, which deals 35% of the base damage over time every second for 30 seconds. So this essentially just allows you a 15% base chance to apply an additional curse on the target. You know, you can apply 3, you'll have 4 if this procs. You increase this 15% chance by increasing your weakened chance, and you can get that shit all the way up to the point where you are going to have a guaranteed, pretty much a guaranteed extra curse once you're done stacking your 3 curses. And when you curse bomb them, you have 4 curses. It just explodes them. It one-shots them, as you're seeing on the screen here, and it's just incredibly powerful. Unfortunately, I don't have one to showcase it, but that's pretty much how it works. That's pretty much it, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Is this something that you think is crazy overpowered? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it something that you're pursuing? Let me know. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did find this helpful, informative, entertaining, whatever that may be. And don't forget to follow me on Twitch. I'm streaming a lot of Throne and Liberty, and I'm playing almost every single day. So that's going to be pretty much it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.